the moment we have all been waiting for.
I know our viewers have kind of tuned out at this point, kind of over the trailer build. So I am glad to announce it is officially done. Well, I still got about 15% left of it, but I won't get into that right now. So
It's done for now.
Yeah, it's done for now. I'm out of time, unfortunately, so it's back to the mountains tomorrow. But it's good enough to where I can store all my necessities and still stay organized and not have to dig through bins. So let's just give you a little tour. Here on the outside, this is going to be like my main workspace on the outside, because this is a short trailer and it's only 6 feet wide by 12 feet long. And it's like the center height is only 5.5 feet tall, so I have to hunch over walking through it. So I utilize the bucket, my little bucket seat, which I'll show you in a little bit, to work in there. But out here, this will be my main workspace, and I have an awning, a 270-degree awning, which not only folds out in front of this door, but also folds around the back side and keeps all my openings, my door openings, covered, and plenty of workspace. Also, I've added exterior lights on 3 of the corners. The only side I didn't add it is the side with the solar. And then I got a 30 amp, 220 volt welder outlet, so I can just plug them in my welder. And by the way, which is conveniently located right there. My steps, both front and rear, I stole this from a Toyota Tundra, which this is just a knockoff version of that.
You took this with a Toyota Tundra?
Yeah.
You stole it?
Yeah, I stole it. No, I just really liked the step, and it was very simple, so I found a way to make it work. So that's the whole thing with this trailer, is like I wanted it to be as simple shutdown and to move around as possible. It makes the end of the day that much more convenient and not a big hassle. I did put 4 jacks, they're just trailer jacks, on every corner to not only stabilize, because I got a big sail up there with this awning and the solar panels, but also to help level out and whatnot. So up front, I pretty much rebuilt this entire front end. I added some additional support going all the way through the center of the frame, well, about halfway of the trailer. And then I also put a new adjustable trailer hitch on the front, and this trailer jack, I actually had to custom make this little piece right there to clear the toolbox. Added this toolbox up here, which will be all my like outdoor stuff at the moment, so like jackhammer, chainsaws, stuff like that, and of course anything related to towing. Got outlets pretty much everywhere. But moving on, so we got our solar array right here. This is an adjustable solar array, so just by the hit of a switch I can fold out the array. So not only do I have 2 235 watt panels right here, but also 4 more on the top, so I think that's a little over 1400 watts in total. And I added this generator plug, so just in case we have, I don't know, not enough sun and we discharge the batteries, we can recharge them up, and that back feeds through the inverter and then charges the batteries.
Time to go inside?
Yeah. I don't.
You do tours often, don't you?
Yeah, all the time. So stepping inside, this is that ceiling height I was telling you about.
Just ignore that.
First up is the solar. So right here is quick access. I just have it attached by some rare earth magnets. But I got 10 kilowatts of lithium iron phosphate batteries, a 4,000 watt inverter, and yeah, pretty simple stuff. And then there's also a 120 to 12 volt converter, which runs all the lighting and the actuators that adjust the solar panels. And then there's my computer area. So this is for not only like SketchUp and whatnot, but also for running the 3D printer. So as far as using the 3D printer, which has been very nifty because there's a lot of great people out there that have created a lot of things, and I just print whatever they created. I have created my own little few things like spacers, and there's a stay for the door latch. I made that. But this keyboard mount, mouse mount, this cup holder, my welding cabinet. I got my hooks for my welding helmets. Those I printed. I know there's a lot. It's not up yet. There's going to be an upper cabinet up here, which I have a lot of DeWalt 20 volt batteries, which I have mounts for those. I just don't have the upper cabinet built yet. But moving on, we got plenty of tool space, but unfortunately I gotta bring everything for this trip and fit it all within here. So it's not exactly how I would have it laid out, but it's going to be good enough for now. So as far as how I got this organized right now, granted this is going to change once I add more space, but I got my sockets and I still have yet to finish loading this.
We needed to do the tour before it got too dark.
Yeah, sockets. This is going to be my wrench drawer. This is going to be all my half-inch stuff, which there's all my 12 volt or 20 volt batteries, which would be mounted underneath. We got grinding / welding supply cabinet. Come on, roll on down. These little roller wheels aren't very. This is almost like a junk drawer at the moment, but this is meant to be a supply drawer. So all my gloves, tapes, stuff like that. This is going to be like any pliers. Also, I haven't put most of my screwdrivers and stuff like that in here yet. This is electronics. I decided at the last minute to just make this one drawer instead of two like the other. I'm kind of kicking myself now. I'm kind of wishing I had created two drawers, but moving on, we got drill bits, hole saws, all that fun stuff.
And whatnot.
And whatnot. So this is all my like measurements and all that kind of precision measuring. I don't know.
You know, like how you measure stuff.
Yeah, you kind of, yeah. You know, it's kind of important. So this has turned into like a woodworking junk drawer, unfortunately. So router bits, clamps.
There's just so many random things that you need.
Yeah, and it just, since I don't have all my additional cabinetry yet, it's just, it all kind of gets combined into one.
Right.
And then all my 20 volt DeWalt tools. And then I got my chop saw. So this is just in the transport mode. So whenever I'm actually going to be using this, it can actually slide on out. Slide all the way out. And currently in this current spot, we're on a slope. So the rear of the trailer, this trailer is perfectly leveled out. And since it's perfectly leveled out and on a slope, this is much higher than it would normally be.
But when we set it up, we'll make sure that it's at the proper height for you to be able to use more easily.
Yeah, ideally. I mean,
we are going to the mountains though, so it could be worse.
And then right below the chop saw is the air compressor and all its little accessories currently. This is another area that's not finished out, but has my portable job site table saw and planer, which that's all going to be within cabinets. This I'm probably going to reconfigure, but later on.
Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I love it.
I think it turned out really well.
Like, yeah, thank you. When I was first tearing this thing apart, I had a day or two of like cursing to high heaven, like, why am I doing this? Like, the ceiling height sucks. But after getting over that, we didn't want to sell this because it was like a rust bucket, and also it was torn apart, so I'd have to put it all back together and then try to sell it, and then try to get another
The hassle of all that.
Yeah, and we're on a time crunch. And now, with all that being said, I am very happy with how it's turned out. Obviously, I've put a lot of love into this.
Mm-hmm.
As much as some of y'all may have hated this build.
I know.
I haven't had an actual workshop, and this is my workshop. Welcome.
Yeah, this is the closest thing to a workshop that you've ever had.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, never in a million years did I think that this thing would end up looking this good with where it started. Well, not with where it started, but where it started at the beginning of this project.
Yeah.
Literally, ants were crawling around inside of the door. Mold everywhere.
Rust
Now,
everywhere.
you gave it a new life. I do have one question for you, though. Once everything is strapped down inside, are you nervous about driving it down the road?
I mean, a little bit.
I am.
I'm pretty confident in making sure everything was secured properly, but there's always that what if. Just like the first time I towed the tractor.
Yeah.
There's always that like nervous factor of like, did I strap everything down correctly?
Well, I guess stay tuned, folks. We'll see how it goes.